Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. My fun time of the week when I get to come in here in the Odyssey studio with Shelby McCall and various guests, and appreciate all the birthday greetings I got. I celebrated for a week.
You even got a cake.
I got a cake at the Sam's out at Leewood Baptist Church, the senior adult ministry, where I got to speak and made a new friend in Jeff Talent. If you're looking for a talent for your senior adult ministry,
yeah.
Jeff is amazing. He's a one-man band. But anyway, yeah, I got my 80th birthday cake. Came out there along with the fried chicken from Kroger's. It was a wonderful thing. Thank you very much. And celebrated for all those different days.
People don't know that I'm the president of the senior adult ministry.
He is the Presidente.
At Leewood Baptist Church.
Yes, he's voted every year unanimously.
That's right.
By a board member of one. Okay?
My next-door neighbor.
Your next-door neighbor. I thought it was you. Allan Houston is sitting in with us this morning, and Allan and I go back a long time. I became outdoor editor of the Commercial Appeal. If you're not familiar, that is a newspaper here in Memphis that I worked for almost 34 years for, including the last 13, 14 as the outdoor editor, the final outdoor editor, only the fourth in 100 years at that newspaper. And one of the first people that I had a chance to meet, they threw me right to the dogs. I had to head out to Ames Plantation, cover my first National Bird Dog Championship. Henry always spent all 3 weeks out there taking everybody's picture and charging them for them later on, and is famous for that.
Did you ride a horse?
I did not ride a horse, only the one in front of Kroger do I ride. Because I saw the way Henry walked. I could tell they never gave him a good horse. I want one you just step up on, and but Allan's been, as he said, more than 4 decades at Ames Plantation. And Allan, first of all, your job description may be hard to understand for people, but you've been involved in Ames so long, and there's so much history out there. As I was telling people, if you have not been to Ames, it's right out of Grand Junction, right off Highway 18. I made the mistake one time of calling it right off Buford-Ellington Boulevard, and I was quickly scolded. There is no boulevard at Ames Plantation, okay? It's mostly gravel roads, but we go back a long way. And talk about your career there, Allan, because I'm gonna give him here because just recently he got a nice award from the Tennessee Wildlife Federation that I think he's well deserved. Should have had it a long time before then. He is the Forest Conservationist of the Year. Pretty nice award.
Yes.
That you guys don't get recognized too many times. But talk about what you do out there.
Yeah, you bet. And it's only Boulevard if we're running cows up and down it. And then it's Pugh Avenue. So
yeah.
I came out of NC State with my master's, and we intended
NC State. What does that stand for? We got to get
North Carolina State.
Well, the people here they don't want to know that.
Yeah,
National Cash Register.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Wolfpack now, not Old Tar Heels.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't do blue.
All right.
Yeah, I married a girl out of a little town in Maryland called Washington, D.C., and I didn't know how it was going to work to bring her out in the sticks, but it's worked really well. But came there, and my job right off the bat was to get 2 loads of pulpwood a day. And then I went back to get my Ph.D. I did do that, and I didn't even know how to spell Ph.D.
No.
And but, it was made for me, the fact that I was able to. There's 18,000 some odd acres, and 2/3 of it is forest, pine and hardwoods, bottomlands and uplands. And I'm particularly interested in hardwoods and doing research there. So I do research in forestry and in wildlife, ecology. I teach.
Yes.
Then I manage that forest, and I have a chance every now and then, if I'm required or needed or asked, to run my mouth somewhere. If they think I know something about something, they're usually mistaken. But it's a job that was just really I was cut out to do. I didn't know that. And being there, being an ecologist, that's what's on my Ph.D. until they come and get it. I've had that thing hid, so I know somebody's eventually going to come find it and take it away from me. I've done work in deer and ticks and small rodents and beaver and quail. So over the course of the years, I don't have any expertise at all, but I've had a chance to see so much of it and work with people that are very, very good.
Yeah.
And it's just been a fascinating job. And then I raised 2 kids, Becky and I did there. One's a doctor now. The other one my daughter teaches deaf children to speak. But I've got 5 grandkids, and they come back every chance they get. So, yeah, Ames gets in your blood, we like to say. And a lot of autonomy in terms of saying this needs to be done here, this needs to be done there. And I enjoy looking back. Aldo Leopold said that you could write your name on the landscape, and I can see some places where I feel like I've done that, and I get a real kick out of it.
Yeah. And, of course, when the day comes, you're going back to North Carolina.
We've got a house built there.
Yeah.
We've got a house bought there, and there's some work going on.
Yeah.
So our plan is to move back there, although it's going to be a wrench. Missing our friends. And West Tennessee has so much to go. It just has so much that's good about it. One is that it's not abused by a lot of people coming, from outside to come and look at it, visitors, tourists.
Yeah.
And that's better than you think. So the wildlife, all the stuff here in West Tennessee, it's rich with it, and we've enjoyed it thoroughly.
But your roots are still in the mountains.
It's hard to get the mountain out of the boy.
It is, and that's why our radio station, we're so proud to be near Mount Moriah. So
yeah, I noticed Mount Moriah.
Yes, that's one of our high points here.
I think I'm sitting on it.
I think you are sitting in the chair with one arm over there, I might say. But at the same time, you are part of the UT team, so to speak, out there, and I know the team has shrunk over the years, and it's not quite as big as it used to be for as people, right? I mean, how many people are out there? How many people work at Ames,
Yeah, we used to have 43, and then when the university rearranged some of their funding, we moved back to 13, and now we're about 15.
About 15, yeah. Okay. But there's so much research that does go on out there. I mean, you are a field office for UT.
That's right. We're one of the RECs, Research and Education Centers, and so all kinds of research goes on. Right now, we've got work with deer, CWD, COVID.
Yes.
And I got some work that's really cutting edge, actually, right on the very front edge of hardwood silviculture regeneration. So it's been really exciting from those aspects.
You like to write, too.
Yeah, I love to write.
You do love to write. I haven't noticed as much lately. Are you okay? I mean, because I miss your writing. Of course, he used to write for me for the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing magazine. A very valuable part of our team for those 3 years that I did that. But he likes to tell stories, and we're going to, later in the show today, he and I are going to sit there and swap some stories and things along that line. But writing is one of your gifts because you have that gist of writing in the, even though you are a doctor.
Yeah.
You write to the plain guy and the plain woman, whatever.
You can visualize what he's talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you take us with you, and I think that's something. Of course, I met your dad. I know your late father and everything like that, and you have the ability to do that. But are you still? I don't see as much anymore. Are you too busy? Or
no, I actually wrote something this morning, but I do come from a long line of storytellers.
You
Dutch
do,
Irish, and
the snipe story. I wish we had time for that one, but that's.
I wish we had time for so many
stories.
Yes. But yeah, I can remember the old stories. I can remember too when we were in deer camp, Larry. I was a little boy.
Yeah.
And you had all these men sitting around, and they would be talking about, let's just say, deer. Well, I get tired of that. So it's like changing the knob on a radio station. I would say, hey, Dad, we saw a big snake. And they talk snakes.
There you go.
I get tired of that. And then I would say, that's the meanest man we ever met. And they talk that. The only thing I couldn't get them off of was genealogy. We had to pay attention to that in the mountains.
You really did. Yeah, you really did. Because and we're talking about the mountains. You're talking about the mountains of North Carolina.
Yep.
You grew up where? What town did you grow up in?
I grew up in a little town called Brevard. But my kinfolk were back toward North Georgia, Cashers, which people know about, Glenville, and Franklin.
Yeah.
There's actually Houston Mountain over there. So those folks back that away is where my roots are.
Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
That
my daughter's moving
that
to
away.
North Carolina.
Yeah, that away.
That
my
away.
daughter's moving to North Carolina.
Yeah.
She works in D.C.
Oh,
No.
that away.
Yeah.
It's that away, though.
Yeah, that away.
You
that
know.
away. Yeah, I can do mountain talk really well. Becky says when I go up there, I revert. I'm embarrassed. Such as that.
Hey, we're talking Dr. Allan Houston, the Conservationist of the Year by the Tennessee Wildlife Federation, recently over at Loveless Cafe, which Dave Gabbert and Gene have been there, and I know I owe Dave a lot of that credit, and Gene for getting me nominated because when they finally chose me, he thought I'd already been chosen before. No, there wasn't anybody out there brave enough besides Dave and Gene to put my name up for it and everything. And I thank you, Dave, for that. That award could not have come at a better time for me in 2022. And Dave and his wife Rand were there simply because you like my hat I wore that day, Dave? Remember my hat?
Oh, yeah. You know, you look quite stylish.
I look quite stylish with my Payne Stewart hat on. Came down to good. I'm glad I have a Ray nose and Ray ears, so my hat would not go down below my eyes. At least with that. But appreciate Dave and Rand being over there last year for that big event. And we will mention also that the Bill Dance Signature Lakes, which if you haven't been out to Herb Parsons, I need to go out there. I haven't been out there.
Oh yeah, we
the
should
new
take
ramp,
kids out there all the time.
The ramp is
catch fish out there.
Yeah, the ramp is up and everything. Anyway, they got the Conservationist of the Year award. What's it? The Bill Dance Signature Lakes, which I was really happy for that. The wildlife, what is it? It's and we know what that is. That it's big at Herb Parsons. If you hadn't been out there, try to do that. All right, we're going to take a break. Looks like, Joe, you're going to have to do it. You've done it before. We're going to talk with Joe Simmons coming back up. If Randy McCormick, if you're out there, Randy, you're late. Okay? We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.